Hello, everyone, and welcome back to But Did You Die with the Jet Sisters. I'm your phenomenal eldest daughter host in charge of everything. I'm Angie, and this is the youngest daughter. She's just here. Her name's Rachel.
I'm just here.
I'm just kidding. Rachel does everything. Come on. Welcome back to the show, everyone.
Time to be alive.
We have so much going on, and it is almost the end of summer. And we did just come through our first tropical storm of the year, which was fine for us, thank goodness. I also got hit by it twice. I got hit by it in Florida, and then I flew to New York, and it kind of got me there. So,
Yeah, what were you doing in New York? Tell everybody.
well, as you know, I married a surgeon from the Hamptons. So we went back to his hometown for his high school reunion. And it was so fun. It was so fun, you know? It's kind of nerve wracking walking into a room of people who you've never met at all. No one knows you. You know, your resume doesn't walk in before you. It's literally just like you and your personality. And we did good. I got all kinds of new friends. It was fun. And furthermore, love Long Island. We have never spent any time out there. And it's incredible. I realize this is like, yeah, you're the last one on the Hampton Jitney, and like everyone knows the Hamptons is great, but wow, they have wine country, they have fields of sunflowers, they have farmers markets. It's like idyllic. And I lived in the city and I slogged around New York City all summer while my friends went to the shore and to the Hamptons. And I was like, no, I'm a Manhattan girl. I should have gone to the Hamptons. Anyway, I digress.
I don't know anything about the Hamptons, so what you have told me it all sounds like fun, and I'm glad you had fun. And I think you'll be spending more time up there now that you know it's cool.
Yeah, well, the whole family has invited us to just come stay whenever. And I'm going to take that personally and go stay. And Rick's not coming. Rick's going to stay here and do his real job. And I'm just going to go live with his family. What are you doing? Have you been anywhere?
We've got nothing new to report. We've just been doing house things, and work is picking up, so my life is as boring as ever.
You went to an exciting event this weekend, though.
I did. We did go to Universal. It's called the Orlando Informer Meetup. It's a separate ticketed event where they kick all of the day guests out, and then you basically have the run of the park. Most of the rides are open. There's unlimited food, unlimited butterbeer, ice cream, and we walked onto so many rides. It was a lot of fun. But that's truly the only thing I've done in the past month other than unpack and go to work.
Yeah. Well, that checks out. You're an adult now. You're a homeowner. I told you it was going to get not fun real quick. And ta-da! Here you go. You can't go
Don't
anywhere.
get me wrong. I'm still enjoying unpacking and putting everything on the walls. But I think until the painters get here, I feel like I can't do anything else. I hate this wall. This wall's got to go.
Yeah.
But we have so long.
You'll get there. You'll get there. It's a process.
All right, let's get into travel news. I don't know if you watched all the announcements from the D23 event, which I don't even know what that is. Do they do this every year and it's a big announcement of everything that's coming, or is it every other year?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just know all our Disney friends go to it and everybody is like consistently freaking out. And they're like, Frozen 3 is coming out in 7 years. And I'm like, I thought Frozen 3 already came out. You know, that's how not with it I am. You know, I'm not up to date on the things. So I'm excited, but that's the last I'll think of it until it comes out, probably.
There's so many things happening. So it's an event that all the Disney executives come out and say, here's everything that's coming next. So we're getting Frozen 3. We're getting a Villain's Land at Magic Kingdom. Oh, we're getting 2 bars at Magic Kingdom, which mean it is no longer a dry park. There is so much. Like, we're getting Marvel movies. Robert Downey Jr. is going to star in the movie Doctor Doom, which is confusing because he was Iron Man. So, getting 4 new Disney cruise ships.
That's exciting. Gosh, that's really exciting. That's exciting. I just saw they're doing a Monster Jam movie with The Rock. And you might think, listeners, that nobody on this podcast would like that, but that sounds great. I cannot wait to watch the Monster Jam movie. Are you kidding me?
There's a million more things they announced. I cannot remember all of them, but there's a lot of cool stuff coming to Disney. Price to no one. It's Disney. Of course, we're getting cool stuff. Yeah, that's what you missed in travel news. Let's move on to our topic of the week, which, little fun fact, is a place we grew up and Ange currently lives. We are talking about Jacksonville. So let's start with some fast facts. Okay, so where is it? It is in Florida. It is North Florida. It is 840 square miles, which makes it the largest city by landmass in America.
Jacksonville has the largest urban park system in the country, and it's 4 times the size of the island of Manhattan with 80,000 acres of parks. I think people who live here don't even realize that. It's just such an outdoorsy place, but you don't realize how much of it is designated as parks. There are 405 city parks, 7 state parks, 2 national park sites, and an arboretum. So Jacksonville has 1,100 miles of shoreline, which is more than any other city in Florida. And 22 miles of that is white sandy beaches, which I took Rachel to lots of them when she was up here last week.
So we grew up here, and a couple of my favorite things to do were going to MOSH, which is the Museum of Science and History. We would go for field trips all the time, and then I feel like any free time we had, I was begging mom and dad to bring me. And Ange, there's a picture of you playing mini golf in front of a dinosaur. I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's probably on your childhood list.
Yes, we used to have birthday parties at Goonie Golf. That's what it was called. It was very close to our house at the time, and also very close to where I live now and where our bro lives now. It's not a mini golf place anymore, unfortunately, but the big orange dinosaur is still there.
My favorites today, still going to Mosh. Probably more, I've added going to our brother's shows. He's in a couple bands, so he's usually playing somewhere in Jacksonville. If you are a music goer in the Jacksonville area, you may have seen him playing drums.
So the reason we're talking about Jacksonville is because a couple of weeks ago, Ray came up and we spent the whole day exploring. We put together this very exciting, I think, itinerary of things to do, whether you're a first timer or you've lived here forever and there are things you've never done. Half the things on the list I've never done. So, and probably most of the things on the list Ray has never done. So that's the thing when you live in the largest city by landmass is there's always something, even if you are a lifelong resident, there's always something to do. So let's get into our Visit Jacksonville itinerary and thank them for sponsoring this episode. Thank you, Visit Jacksonville. We love you.
You're the best.
We tried to fit a whole bunch of stuff in one day. And so we'll walk you through it and then explain what happened at the end of the day, which is not an uncommon occurrence. So we started the day at Sonati's. And I will say it was very hard to pick one place because there are so many local coffee shops and bakeries and spoiled for choice. And I guess I should mention the thing about Jacksonville is the best thing you can do is probably if you're visiting, is stick close to wherever you're staying. So if you're in San Marco, if you're in Riverside, if you're in whatever neighborhood you're in, you can kind of stick around and walk to closest local spots. If you have a car, then you can go all over the place. And this itinerary is reflective of having a car and one day to see everything versus like this is the most efficient way to do things because it's totally not. We were all over the place. We wanted to cover a lot of ground and we did. But anyway, keep that in mind as you're thinking about this sort of ridiculous zigzagging we did all over the place. So we started at Sonati's, which is a family-owned bakery for like, I was going to say centuries. Okay, it hasn't been open for centuries. It's been open for decades.
I like centuries. Let's stick with centuries.
Right. Sonati's has been open since the Spanish arrived in the It's the oldest bakery in the United States. Okay, I'm lying. This is all lying, but it is delicious. And we got some really good food.
We did. We got several donuts and they've got cookies and pastries and donuts and coffee and breakfast sandwiches. So anything you want, it is covered. But we got, at 8 a.m., Claire, a key lime pie donut, a chocolate or a vanilla sprinkled something kind of donut, and then a shark cookie. Maybe don't get that much sugar.
Listen, I don't think we got enough. Donuts, but I will say I have thought about Sonati's every day since we went there. Every single day. I've been like, I should probably go to Sonati's and get some donuts. And I'm not really that much of a donut person, but I have thought about it ever since. So Sonati's has a fan in us now that we've been there. Sonati's is sort of like Atlantic Beach area. So not too far from Mayport, where you catch the ferry to cross the St. Johns River over to Fort George Island. Ray had never been on the ferry. Did you even know we had a ferry?
I did not. I did not know. I knew we were getting on the ferry, but I thought we were physically standing on a ferry to go to an island. That shows you how much I know about Jax. But no, you put your car on it and it takes you over here, which is where we found Boneyard Beach. Another
Yes.
place I had never been to.
If you surveyed people who have lived here forever and ever, there are so many places that folks haven't been. I should start a tour company for locals where we just go to all the spots that you always say you're going to go to. And this is how it is for most people. You know, like when I lived in New York City, did I ever go to the Hamptons? Did I ever go to Long Island or the Jersey Shore or the Empire State Building? You miss the things that are closest to you, I think. So Boneyard Beach is definitely one of those things. Boneyard Beach, Black Rock Beach, and Driftwood Beach are all kind of right next to each other on like Big Talbot Island, Little Talbot Island. Those are kind of sort of barrier islands at the very north of Duval County. It looks like nothing else in the rest of the city.
And these are state parks, I want to say. Yeah. Super cool. Like Boneyard Beach, you can't swim at, but it's full of very old driftwood, but trees. And so it looks like a boneyard on the beach, but it's all trees.
In The Lion King, where like the hyenas hang out, but like less creepy. It's not dark, it's on the beach and there's water, but it's got those kind of craggy, squaggly, those are not words, driftwood claws almost. It's beautiful.
It's not a swimming day at the beach. It's you're going to go hike, you're going to go bird, you're going to do, some pictures on the beach. Really cool. I think even at sunset, obviously we went right after breakfast, but I would like to go again at sunset.
Let's also talk about what we did next. We were not hungry for lunch, but I wanted to stop at one of the places on the new Mayport Shrimp Trail. Visit Jacksonville has put together they put together several different trails you can do, like coffee and donuts and sweets and all these great things. Now they have the Mayport Shrimp Trail because, and I think you didn't know this, probably because you don't really eat shrimp, but Mayport shrimp are like the shrimp of shrimp. The shrimp that we have here are the best shrimp in the world. And I don't care what anybody says. That's true.
The title of this episode is going to be The Shrimp of Shrimp.
The shrimpiest shrimp of shrimp. Yes, indeed. So we went to the Palms Fish Camp because I wanted to have something on the Mayport. Not that I don't eat probably on the shrimp trail like every week, if not every day. But yeah, we went to the Palms and got some fried Mayport shrimp. Literally, you could just about reach off the table into the water, put the shrimp in the pan.
Let the record show I ate a shrimp.
Ray's not into seafood.
I don't eat any seafood, but I tried a shrimp.
Coming from a family of fishermen, if you didn't look exactly like me, I would think that too, because you're crazy. But okay. So Palms Fish Camp for lunch, great. Then we left that area of town and went over to San Marco, which is a historic neighborhood. And we went to a place neither of us has ever been called the Fourscore Golf Tavern, which the first time I saw that, you know what I thought? I have to call Ben because Ben would love a golf tavern. And so we went and tried it out on, for research purposes so we can take Ben back. And it was fun.
Pleasantly surprised because it's indoors, which is already better than anything. And it's more than golf. It's a simulator, so you can play golf, you can do soccer, you can do dodgeball, baseball, basketball. Any sport you can think of probably was like loaded into the simulator. And you rent out a bay, and it's like one fee for the bay. So you could bring 8 friends, and it's, you all split the price. Food, drinks, a lot of fun. I'm so good at sports, y'all. So good.
Yeah, I thought it very interesting that Rachel edited our video of this adventure, and it was like 7 minutes of her making baskets and goals, and then me just like fully hitting the ball into the water. But I know I did better than that. But let the record show Rachel edits all of our stuff. So if I ever look like a real doofus, that's why. That was fun. That was a really good place. We were kind of full, so we didn't get to eat there. But we worked up an appetite and went to our next place, which if anybody listening has ever been to visit us in Jacksonville, we have taken you to the Bearded Pig. This is our favorite spot. We eat there once or twice a week, easily. Really good prices and really good food, like spectacular barbecue. So much that when we were traveling this weekend, there was a barbecue restaurant at the airport. And I was like, are you in the mood for barbecue? And we were both like, it's not going to be bearded pig. So what's the point? And we just went and ate something else because we just know it's not going to be as satisfying as bearded pig.
Okay, you know what's hilarious? I
What?
was editing the video and I was editing that part of it, and I had to get barbecue that day. For lunch I ate barbecue because I was like, yes, this looks so good, and it was not nearly as good as bearded pig. So we had similar experiences.
Yeah.
That's
It's funny.
great.
Like once you know something is the best of the best, this is like, why would I eat shrimp in like Omaha? I can't get Mayport shrimp in Omaha. Are you kidding me? I'm not eating that. So yeah, you get really spoiled once you start eating local things and you just have your favorites. I'm like, whatever, whatever. So anyways, bearded pig is delicious. The favorite thing I always get is bearded poutine, which is French fries with pimento cheese and maybe burnt ends on top. It's so good. It's probably the least healthy thing you can eat in this entire town, and I don't care. It's so good.
Yes.
Over and
And
over
then we
again.
stopped by the bookstore where you did your book signing. Found your
Yes.
book, found your signature.
Yes. Isn't that fun? It doesn't get old. Seeing my book in the store does not get old. And I especially love when it's in like a local independent bookstore like San Marco Books because they've been there for centuries. The oldest bookstore in town.
Found
I
it
don't know.
by
I don't know if that's true, but it is another family run business. And I love that about Jacksonville. As big of a city as it is, as many chain everything as there is here, you can still always support a small local business. The next thing that we did, we went sort of backwards in our little zigzag on the map and went to the Caddyshack Ranch, which this is embarrassing for you, Rachel. Rachel has never been to the Caddyshack Ranch. And this is embarrassing
Correct.
for so many reasons.
It,
But
it is embarrassing, and it's especially embarrassing because anytime you like go on Google and you're like things to do in Jacksonville, it's the number one thing. I'm so sorry, but I did it. What is Caddyshack, Ange?
so Caddyshack Ranch is a big cat rescue. When tigers or lions or bears are seized for whatever reason or given up because someone, say, adopted a tiger and thought that that was going to be okay, and then you realize, oh, it's a wild animal, you can't take care of them, whatever the reason is, they come live at Caddyshack Ranch in these huge enclosures with enrichment, and they have their own pools and waterfalls and their little houses. Like, I think they live like kings. And so they've got all these animals, and on Friday and Saturday nights they do feedings. And if you've only ever been to a zoo and only ever seen like tigers and lions at the zoo in the middle of the day, they've probably just been laying there, right? They're laying there because they sleep during the day. So to be able to go to the night feeding, this is when you see them running around. They're so active. They're growling. I think it's called chuffing. And they know it's time because they start seeing all the people coming in, and then they just get really excited. And then you get to watch the director feed them with his hand. He's just like feeding chicken and steak, and everyone has their own meal with their own supplements. It's fancy, like retirement home for lions and tigers and bears. It's amazing.
Yeah, that was the first time I had done it. It was so cool to see, and so like you go to the zoo, right? You see lions and everything, but uh, you see the workers, the volunteers there, like petting the tigers because they're friends and they're loving and they're really taking care of them. And that was sweet. That was special. But we did have plans after that. We were gonna go to Jumbo Shrimp game, but the sky opened up and we got rained on. Thankfully, it was at the end of the day after we had done so many things. But that just means I get to come back and go to a Jumbo Shrimp baseball game. Is it
Yeah, I
baseball?
wonder if everybody knows that's our baseball team. It's the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. It used to be the Jacksonville Suns, which you may remember from the hit young adult fiction series Twilight, where Bella's stepdad played for the Jacksonville Suns or something.
Oh, is that how that?
Yeah.
No
Uh-huh.
way.
Yeah. So anyway, now they're the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. And they have games all the time. I've only been to one in my life, which is, again, fully and totally embarrassing because I live at 15 minutes maybe from the stadium. and there's fireworks, and they have basically every night is some fun theme. It's like Harry Potter night and everybody gets a wand, or there's always some kind of cool theme. When Rick and I went, they were swearing people in. It was like the citizenship swearing in. I'm doing like this, like it's the Hunger Games, like the swearing in of new citizens ceremony. And I was bawling, like, oh my gosh. They were all like pledging allegiance on the baseball diamond. I was like, it just doesn't get more America than that. But it was lovely. And just one of those things. I think for my birthday, I really want like some jumbo shrimp merch.
Can you eat jumbo shrimp at the jumbo shrimp game?
I'm pretty sure it's on the Mayport Shrimp Trail. So that would be the ultimate. That's like drinking port wine in Porto. That's one of those things you got to do. You got to do it. Shrimp
Yeah,
in
I want to
shrimp.
come back. I want to come back. I want to go to Jumbo Shrimp. I also want to do, and we've already done this, but I want to do it again. I want to swim in the pool in the Jag Stadium.
Here's what I don't know. I don't know if we're the only stadium, the only NFL stadium that has swimming pools that you can use, while you're actually watching an NFL game go on. I don't know if we're the only one, but I do know that a new stadium was just improved. And so I hope that they don't get rid of the pools, because I feel like the pools are such a fun feature.
Listen, if they can get rid of the pools if they install a zip line.
Yeah. Well, already our mascot zip lines off the top of the stadium, which I'm trying really hard to be able to do. I want to do that because that would make an excellent episode of the Jet Sisters, right? But yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if I could. I don't know.
you have the height.
The zip lining, okay. The getting up there, I don't know, man. I'm sweating just thinking about it. I'm out.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge. We did a lot in our day touring around Jacksonville, and I have to say it doesn't even scratch the surface. We saw 1 mile of 22 miles of beaches. We almost went to one sporting event. We did do the number one activity you can do based on what everybody says at the Caddyshack Ranch. You can only eat so much in a day. So we only got to go to a couple of restaurants, knowing full well that there are 500 more that could have been on the itinerary. So I feel like we're just going to have to do this again and keep going until we've eaten everything in town and gone to all the museums. Like, we didn't even get to go to Mosh. I know how badly you wanted to go to Mosh, and we didn't have time to go, and I'm so sorry, little buddy. But next time we will totally go. But yeah, there's a lot going on here, and I think you just have to keep coming back, and we'll keep doing itineraries.
Yeah, and if you want to watch our entire day, there's a whole YouTube video on it. It is on our page. Go to our YouTube channel. You can see Ange be really bad at sports. You can see me eat a shrimp. It's all there.
We really had a wild day.
We did. We really did. But it would not be But Did You Die without the disaster.
Oh, yeah.
Did we even have... I mean, the rain. I mean, it rained out our game.
I would say getting rained on in the middle of the Caddyshack feeding was a disaster. We kind of got stuck out in the pavilion for a while, which, like, not a big deal to us, other than we were like, okay, now we're wet. And then we went and sat in the Jumbo Shrimp parking lot waiting to see if the game was going to happen or not. So, it didn't end up the way we wanted to, but I think that's Florida, right? You kind of anticipate summertime in Florida. You're probably going to get a thunderstorm raining out part of your business. So I'm glad we got a ton done early in the day. And, it just gives us something to do next time. I still have the voucher for our tickets that I already bought that we can go another time. But yeah, I think probably just getting rained out, because I missed that part. I really wanted us to go to the Jumbo Shrimp and eat more shrimp and wear more swag.
And I think you've already mentioned this travel tip, but Jacksonville is huge. So if you are coming here, you must rent a car. If you want to see anything, you need to drive. So rent a car, plan your day, and even like those little pockets of towns. Like, if you can stay in those areas, there's so much to do. We really did drive over here, over there, which you can do. But again, there's so much to see in like San Marco,
Riverside. The beaches have their own whole vibe. Yeah. There's so many neighborhoods. I think if you came to Jacksonville for a week, each and every day you could spend in just one cool neighborhood and have plenty to fill your time in each of those. And then you'd still have 10 more neighborhoods that you didn't even get to. So, but yeah, definitely rent a car.
Hey, that was fun. What are you doing this week?
What am I doing this week? Just catching up as per usual, just figuring out life. And I have a very long list of things I wanted to get done in the summer. So I've got like, June, July, August, I was going to get these things done. One of them was write a first draft of my next book. Ha ha ha, ha ha. Ask me how far I got on that. I worked on it one day. I worked on it for one day. So I have an outline and that's it. And then all these other things that I wanted to do too. So I think I'm going to try to furiously get some stuff done so it can be done by the end of August and I won't feel like a complete disaster of a person not getting everything done. Book and all the other 50 things on the list that I wanted to get done.
What a ridiculous goal to set for yourself. No.
It seemed a lot more reasonable at the beginning of the summer when I had like 90 days. Just saying a draft. I just need a crappy first draft is what I was going for. But I guess it's probably not going to happen because now I have a million things that are due and whatever. We're just going into a very busy fall.
I don't have time to argue with you about how crazy that is.
Fine. What are you up to?
I leave Sunday to direct for a week. So I will be in Indiana filming a college.
To direct what? Tell us what you direct.
I direct a TV show on Amazon Prime. And so I'll be directing the college. I'm not going to say the college.
No. I don't want you to say the college. I just want people to know what you do for a living.
I think they know. Everyone knows. I'm a director, and I will go just to colleges and film, and the show, The College Tour, streaming now on Amazon Prime. And then we have painters coming, and then it's my birthday, and I'm very happy.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this episode and there's a like button, definitely push it. And if there's not, I don't know what to tell you. Just share it somewhere. Tell somebody about it.
You're learning. You're laughing. We know we're the funniest people,
No, we're your favorite podcast host's favorite podcast.
Goodbye. We love you.